This guy's been manipulating everybody. He's been sneaky. He's been kissing to try and get moved up. I thought this video would be kind of interesting to do because as I was scrolling on the internet, I ended up coming along this video ranking what people in society think is the most attractive versus the least attractive. And I thought it'd be interesting because we have a fitness channel here. And I know a lot of you have certain goals you want to make with your own physique. So it'd be interesting to see what the general consensus is. Not that really it should impact your goal. Like your goal should be your goal. However, it'd be interesting to see what society as a whole more or less thinks. So my general thoughts on the physiques, but I'll probably say number one will probably be the black dude because, you know, he's more muscular and athletic. He's not super muscular like Phil Heath where they look freakish. Then I would go with the Asian guy. So basically exactly how he is now. He's got a little bit of muscle in there, but he's still slim. Then I'd probably go with the actual really skinny guy, surprisingly. Then between the last two, the skinny fat physique and the overweight one, to be honest, I feel like they're almost tied, but I'd probably squeeze it out to the skinny fat / dad bod, which is the guy with the tattoos, and having the overweight guy last. That's my prediction of what the people will pick.
For this episode, we're actually going to reveal the audience ranking first.
So this right here is what they're saying. The general audience, which is going to be thousands of people, have basically selected as the order, which was pretty... Actually, I think this is exactly the order that I picked. The most muscular guy, then the Asian dude, then the thin dude. I was kind of the skinny fat and the overweight one. To be honest, I felt like a really close. But I did go with the overweight guy being absolutely last. That is the general consensus. I feel like most people would have probably have guessed something similar to that. Anyway, let's carry on and see how they would re-rank themselves.
I totally understand the audience ranking because if you're looking at just physicality, not even knowing our personalities or who we are, of course we're gonna have, you know, sexy six-pack over here and, you know, me over here.
He sounds like a hater. I haven't watched his full video, so I don't know exactly what he's gonna say, but he sounds like a little bit of a hater.
I think Latinos are hella sexy, so I don't get why we're over here.
So people like this annoy me. He damn well knows, or should know, that the reason why he's placed lower isn't because of Latinos or his race. It's because of his physique. At the end of the day, he's got this dad body, skinny fat type of physique, which many people don't actually like. There are gonna be exceptions, obviously, but on a general consensus, he should know why he's down there. This whole video, whole task, is basically based off your physique. It's not about anything else other than what you look like. Also, people, while you're here, be sure to hit the like buttons, help me for the algorithms.
How do y'all feel?
I'm comfortable, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to really judge on it. But yes, the audience has voted.
I feel like it's pretty okay to feel comfortable when you're the 2 slot though, you know what I mean?
I stand by what I said. He's a hater. He's hater number 1, he's hater number 2. Anyone that he feels like has like a much better physique than him, I sense a little bit of, I'm going to say a hint of jealousy.
I'm not shocked because, I mean, when I was younger growing up, that's exactly the body type that I wanted to look like.
So at this point in the video, we have seen the general consensus of what most people kind of order them in and what they'd rank by. Now what the creators are doing is basically saying that they can now rank themselves in person now, how they feel like the most attractive to the least attractive is. Personally, I don't really see how this could really change because if it's based off attractiveness, not personality, nothing else, just looks, this basically looks somewhat right. But it's going to be interesting now how they maneuver. Will they change because of peer pressure? Will they change because of knowing that people are going to watch it? Because oftentimes when people go on these sort of videos, they change their real opinion simply because of people maybe watching and they don't want to come off bad. For example, the really muscular guy, chances are he will volunteer to go lower because he doesn't want the societal pressure of going, oh, he thinks he's stoked. He thinks he's a show off by staying at number 1. You know what I mean? Like if I was in this list, I would know that when I'm in a good shape, I would probably be at least top 2. Whereas if you put me in a list of Instagram models or Instagram fitness physique people, I know I'd probably be number 5 because I couldn't compete.
Feel about being like in the middle? Do you feel like you should be farther ahead?
Actually, I was shocked because growing up and stuff, like my mom always told me that like, you know, you'd be more attractive if you gained a little bit more weight.
Do you, any of you guys think it's wrong to want to look like another body type?
Yes.
Before this guy goes on his spiel, probably some sort of faff. The question is, do you think it's wrong to want to be like another body type? I don't necessarily think it's wrong. It all comes down to your mindset. For example, for me personally, having physique goals in mind didn't really detriment me too bad. It actually acted as motivation. Like, I wanted the physique like, you know, Chris Evans when he was playing Captain America, maybe Ryan Reynolds, or for those of you that follow YouTube, Christian Guzman. Not Christian Guzman's physique now, but back when he was more leaner and more natural looking. Like, that was the kind of physique I wanted. It acted as motivation, inspiration for me to actually get in the gym and keep going. Whereas I know, for example, the negative side effects is that mindset can either put people down a wrong path. For example, There's many teens out here now that go on Instagram and TikTok and they go start taking various steroids and drugs trying to look like them. So I can see how that is a harmful aspect.
I used to be, you know, roughly like 110 pounds bigger, and I remember people treating me a certain way. And I wanted so bad to look like a certain type and lose a certain amount of weight. But at the end of the day, like, I was like, I almost kind of hate the way society's treating me as a smaller person.
Well, that's definitely an interesting answer, but me personally, like if I were to answer that question, I think it's fine to want a certain body type, because for me, I just use it as fuel, like motivation.
That's basically what I said. Like, really, one person's motivation could be another person's downfall. For example, you could have two brothers, their parents like an synonymous drunk, but then you have one child that decides to end up following the father's footsteps and continues to drink, and the other one goes, nope, I'm going the opposite way and I'm never drinking. So it's kind of like, it really depends on the person.
After I work out, so I'm like, wow, I look like the sexiest, hottest person on this earth right now. Like,
You are the
I
sexiest.
could.
I will say that Latino guy, I feel like he's just trying to like coddle everybody to try and suck up. I don't know why, but that's what I kind of get from him. But the skinny guy, I think, even though he does rank himself or puts himself down, he's quite funny. You know what I mean? So this is one of those things where if this wasn't physical and this was like personality based, I feel like he probably would be ranked higher, because he seems like he's got more of like a jokey, humorous personality, which I'm pretty sure most women, I'm not sure if he's straight, but like if most kind of women kind of nudge you up the scale a little bit sometimes. So that's interesting that he's actually, even though he feels this way about his physique, he still has like a personality I think is quite interesting.
I could like really date myself if I want to, but then I'm not gonna, just because like I would want to give other people the chance. But then like
I was plus size my whole life, so I would get made fun of in like elementary and stuff like that. I definitely wanted to like get healthy. And you know, when I lost 120 pounds, one of my idols, like somebody that I really idolized in my life, the first thing that I heard is like, oh, you look better when you were fatter.
Whoever told this overweight guy that he looked better when he was fat after losing 100 pounds, bearing in mind this is him after losing the weight, they were most likely probably someone else that was like overweight themselves, because it tends to be that community usually that kind of doesn't like each other losing weight and bettering themselves, because it's like some internal like hate. Because most people are proud when they see other people putting the effort to like improve their circumstances.
I'm very open to being placed anywhere. I don't know which
Alright,
side.
so now
to
we're
go,
down
so
to
I
the
might as well
actually
just put
placing
myself
them.
in position 3, just be in the middle maybe.
If we're ranking each other in terms of attractiveness, I'm gonna go with the people who I feel energy-wise.
As soon as he said energy-wise, I knew his game plan. This guy is just sneaky. He's been like trying to kiss up to everybody, because I think he knew this is probably gonna help him get ranked a little bit higher. At the moment, he's number 4. You know what I mean? He's not happy with that ranking. He's gonna, you know what I mean? We already saw him hate on number 1 and 2, so I know he's gonna try and move them lower.
Active to in like a hangout scenario.
He just claimed that he wants to rank them based on hangout scenario. That isn't even the name of the show. I feel like they just want to find loopholes to try and rank themselves high, which is kind of sad, because it gives like, what the girls say? It's giving insecure.
You seem really cool, but I think I'd put you at 3.
Alright, I'm good with
And then
I'm not even sure why he's the main one talking, but he's managing to like tell everybody where to go, and they're all listening to him. If he gets above number 3, we got issues.
Eric, I think you're an awesome dude. I definitely think you should be over here.
what spot would you put me in though? Who are you switching?
Amari, I think you've been in the first position for a while.
I'm more than happy to.
1,
Oh my god.
option number 2.
Oh.
One more.
I'm actually gonna go to a 3.
All right, so I kind of had a feeling they were going to go down this path. They're talking more. This whole thing was meant to be in terms of how you look, but they're trying to, because people don't want to hate each other's feelings, they're trying to like do this whole thing of, oh no, you should be here too. Let's just skip to whatever they actually settle on, so we can kind of see, would we agree with the new ranking system? Chances are we probably won't.
Eric, you're number 1 just because like you embrace like your body no matter like what anyone else thinks. And I feel like that's the type of like mentality I want to have no matter what.
I loved that. That was beautiful.
Of course he loved it. This guy has been manipulating everybody. He's been sneaky. He's been kissing. Oh, I can't, it's YouTube. I can't be saying that. He's been kissing ass, basically, to try and maneuver everyone into potentially thinking he's a lovely guy, so he'll get moved up. He wasn't happy with being number 4, which I think was probably more accurate. And now somehow he's number 1. This just shows that in 2024, or whatever year this was actually filmed, I think it was actually 2023, that people just have no backbone. If they did this by blind ranking, so they couldn't see who picked what, they would not choose this order. It's crazy. The skinny fat physiques first, the super overweight one is second, which is basically due to pity. I'm all for like being empathetic towards people, but when you're pandering, it starts feeling fake. I just don't feel like anybody really wants to be pandered to, but this guy's happy with it. Like, I don't even mind if they move the most muscular guy to like slot number 2 and then put the Asian guy to number 1, because I feel like it's a more probably attainable physique. He's not super skinny, but he has a little bit of muscle on his frame, which is probably better than most people's physiques anyway.
I'm stoked about this. I'm totally okay with this lineup. I won't say no.
So the real question is, which I posed to you guys, do you think this order here is more reflective of what you would probably rank all these people? And when you look at it like this, you can just see how insane it is. So the bottom one was the one that most people would pick, and the top one is how it ended up. It basically almost looks almost backwards. But I really think, like, when it comes to physiques, at the end of the day, none of these physiques are terrible. The only one I'd say is probably more risky is the overweight guy. Being that level of overweight isn't healthy. It's not a good body fat to be at. Obviously, you already said he's losing weight, which is great, so he's getting healthier. One thing I'd say that he's kind of done dirty with the ranking is, I don't believe that the skinny guy should have been near number 5. Number 1, he had the best personality from what I guessed from this video. He was the most humorous. If they were going to rank this based off personalities rather than how it was meant to be, which was looks, he should have been at least, I would have said number 1, but at the bare minimum number 2. But one thing's for certain, this list right here is some BS. People, let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know how you'd rank them yourselves. Anyways, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Got new videos coming up